coffee all right? Not too strong?
Yes, fine, thanks.
I could put a drop more milk in.
No, it's okay. Oh, we're not making much progress, us two, are we?
Oh, I don't know. You do your best from day to day. You can do no more.
No, I don't mean that. I mean towards solving our problems in 6 years.
Everything will sort itself out.
That's what you said that night.
I had a blue spotted frock on. The chimney needed cleaning. Every time there was a wind, we had a fall of soot. We sat there talking till nearly morning. It's funny how it stayed in my mind about the chimney.
Florrie. Now, there aren't many people who get a second chance. We've got to be sensible this time, because there won't be another.
Don't let's discuss it now, eh?
Well, it's got to be faced.
Well, not just now, not yet.
Oh, take your head out of the sand, Florrie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have been thinking. I suppose I've just got to face up to it, haven't I?
Well, you're not a child anymore. You can make decisions. You must have had too many a time on your own.
I don't know that I have. Things just sort of happened. Do you know, I don't think I can ever really remember making up my mind.
Now, look, if we made a mistake 6 years ago, mind you, I said if, then we've got a chance to do something about it now, haven't we?
And if not?
Well, then if we both say, okay, we were right to part, then we can do something about that.
Divorce.
Oh, heck, Florrie, you're entitled to one. I mean, there'd be no difficulty legally.
Would you like another cup of coffee?
No, thanks, Florrie.
Tickler Murphy, him I was telling you about last night. He was a devil for coffee. He used to drink gallons. I used to think he got all the legs. Sorry. You were saying?
I said you could have a divorce if you wanted one.
Sorry. I'm not much help, am I?
No, it's not your fault.
I just seem to go to pieces these days.
Look, I said it's not your fault, Florrie.
What did you mean just now? When you said that if we'd made a mistake when we parted 6 years ago, then we could do something about it. What did you mean?
Well, I meant we could try and forget what's been, and you could sell up this place, and we could, you know, settle down in Canada.
Canada?
You know, as I mentioned to you last night, I've got to go to Iceland for a few weeks, then Canada for 2 years.
I suppose Canada's as good a place as any for starting a new life.
Well, it's better than most.
Elsie Tanner up the street, her daughter emigrated to Canada.
You see, Florrie, we can't go on betwixt and between for the rest of our lives now, can we? It doesn't make sense.
Linda, Elsie's daughter's called. Mind you, Elsie misses her, though. Well, she's in busy in the dress shop all day, but she must get lonely, you do.
Look, tell you what. Go and get your nose powdered, and we'll go and visit this friend of yours, eh? A dress shop. Well, do you fancy something devastating for your spring wardrobe?
I didn't mean that about her being lonely. It's just that Canada seems such a long way off.
Come on now. Come on, let's look at these dresses, eh?
You don't have to.
I know I don't have to, but I want to. Do you mind?
You're quite sure it's safe now?
Where was she sitting then? Which chair?
It was this one. It was Mrs. Carter. She let out one scream. I thought she'd been stabbed.
Oh, Fat Edna. You're lucky it might have been worse, you know. You could have had a load of dripping on that chair by now.
Oh, Len, you have to say some disgusting things at times.
I'm just being practical, darling.
You fixed that up for me, you know.
Who did?
You did.
This? Oh, well, there must have been some reason for it at the time. As I was saying, though, make sure about your insurance, darling. I'd better still get Charles to do it.
Charles?
Charles J. Moffat. He's the insurance king now, you know, thanks to Enid and 50 quid.
What's the J for?
J, Charles J. Moffat, that's for when he becomes chairman, they can call him CJ.
Oh, are you closed for repairs? Oh, no, in spite of the mess, it's business as usual.
Damn near fried tonight, actually.
Did you want it doing now?
Oh, no, I can't manage it in my lunch hour while I'm on my own. I've just got to pop out for a quick hot snack as it is. It's all rather a rush. Can I come in tomorrow evening, just after 6?
Yes, sure.
Mind you, it'll be much easier now to do all my errands, popping into town and everything. I won't be half so tired.
Oh, you're getting a girl in, are you? Can I, do the interviewing?
Oh, no, it's me. I'm going to be mobile.
You what?
On my own 4 little wheels. Just think of it.
You're going to get a pair of roller skates.
Something a little larger.
A bike. Oh, no, that's 2 wheels, isn't it? 2 bikes.
You're getting warmer.
A motor scooter like Ken, not a motorbike.
No, a car. It's the sweetest little thing. Sort of maroon colour, but nice maroon. And inside...
You, a
it's got...
car?
Oh, it's not one of those American ones, as long as a battleship, of course.
Of course.
Oh, it's only weeny, really. A baby car, but it's just for me.
But they cost the earth, cars. Ken and I were only discussing it the
not
other day.
second hand.
Oh, it's not new, then?
No, 1959. Nearly 6 years old. It's almost its 6th birthday.
Ah.
It's very economical. It does at least 35 mpg.
MPG?
Yes, and it's got a heater, and the roof lets down.
Oh,
and
I
it's
think
only
that's
had...
marvellous. I didn't even know you could drive.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to have lessons from the school.
Oh, that's
Best bet, darling, that is.
Well, naturally, I don't want to go before the instructor looking a complete ignoramus, so I'll have a few private lessons first. It's a pity Mr. Swindley isn't available, but he's very busy now with his new job.
Who's going to take you then?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be no problem. I know lots of people who can drive.
Yes, well, you're all fixed up now, darling, but don't forget what I said about the insurance,
Oh,
will
Mr.
you?
Peckler, 1 minute. I was going to ask you
If I could
you...
recommend someone to give you driving lessons.
No, well, as a matter of fact, I was
Well,
wondering
I
if
know
you...
the very bloke, my love, yes. He's got the time and he's got the experience and all.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Stan Ogden. But don't mention that I said his name to you. I get very embarrassed when people start thanking me.
Oh.
But do you get cold this weather?
I perished, but at least I'll die healthy. At least I keep telling myself that.
About this time of the year, I get sun-starved. I can't remember what it feels like to go out in a sleeveless cotton.
I'll just cut the fingers out one of those pairs of old woolen gloves, you know. Not much good, though. My hand still turned blue.
Fond as I am of Florrie, I think she was a fool to herself.
Hey, grasshopper mine.
Oh, no, it's a logical train of thought. I mean, fancy choosing to live in this climate when he could go with him to all that lovely sunshine.
No, you can't say that. You don't know half of what was involved.
I dare say we'll get to know.
I dare say you'll get to know.
Oh, perhaps he'll cart her off to a South Sea island, eh? I saw him driving to town just now, and she got a grin on her face like a cat that had got at cream.
Oh, I wish I could be carted off to a South Sea island.
Well, ask Norman Lindley to put you on his list. Happen he'll give you first refusal if Florrie turns him down again. Hello, how do you do?
Glossop, how nice. We don't often see you in person.
Oh, my loss, Mrs. Walker. No, I'm afraid an area manager is desk-bound more often than not. I often hanker for the freedom of the old days. It's a good life out of doors. Man never got ulcers being out of doors.
Oh, I get frostbitten, no.
Still, I'm not as young as I used to be. Well, I mean, not a lad like Mr. Moffat here.
Oh, darn.
Oh, forgive me. Mr. and Mrs. Walker, this is Mr. Charles Moffat, your new insurance representative. He's taking over this area. I'm just showing him the ropes.
Mr. Muffet, eh? Little Miss...
Moffat, yes. Mr. and Mrs. Walker are old and valued clients. You find it a pleasure doing business with them.
How do you do, Mr. Muffin?
No, it's Muffet. I mean Muffin.
Oh, he's having you on, Mr. Glossop. He knows me handle as well as he knows his own. He should do. He sees me almost as often.
Stupid of me. Of course, you live round here.
This very street, a few doors up.
Jack, he ought to be ashamed of himself.
He knows me. Besides, he's got a sense of humour. What you going to have, Mr. Glossop, eh? Just on me, like, to make up.
Well, can I save it for another time, if you don't mind? I'm a bit pushed. I've been showing Mr. Muffin round the area, you see, and I've got an appointment in half an hour, so it has been nice seeing you again. Well, Muffin, best of luck. From now on, it's up to you.
I'll not let you down, sir.
One thing, anyway, you won't have any difficulty collecting the premiums round here on your home ground, so to speak. Well, au revoir, Mr. and Mrs. Walker.
Good day, Mr. Glossop.
Bye-bye, Mr. Glossop. So nice to see you.
It's round here I'm most worried about.
Oh, another rare customer. We're honoured today, eh?
Did you want something, love?
Yes, Mr. Ogden.
Oh,
Will you take him as he is, or shall I have him gift-wrapped?
Well, I mean, I wanted to ask a favour.
Oh, anything, gladly.
Well, I've just bought a little second-hand car. Will you give me a few driving lessons?
Except driving lessons, and then it would have to be no.
Stanley, it's driving lessons she's after.
Never. Fantastic. Coincidence, you might say. Do you know, when my Hilda told me this morning you got a car, I said, Hilda, I said, you know, I'll do anything for anybody. But if Miss N comes down here asking for driving lessons, it'll have to be no.
Why?
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 Ah, well, because you see, when it comes to driving, there's a chap round here that leaves me standing. For breathtaking technique, he's got me whacked to a frazzle. So it's got to be no. I'm not good enough. Go to him as is.
Well, I will gladly if you'll tell me where he lives.
Oh, no need for that, love. I'll introduce you now. Meet the Sterling Moss of Coronation Street.
Then this woman turned round to me, this was right in the middle of the bus queue, mind you, and she said, can you hear what I'm saying, or would you like me to speak a bit louder? Mind you, I never said anything, I wouldn't stoop, I'd just give her one look.
Oh, I could just murder steak and chips. What's on today?
Shepherd's pie. Then she turned round to her friend as if I was interested, and she said, just behind the gas offices, that's where he's got this
Look,
little
I'll tell you
flat.
what, kid, you go and have your lunch first, and I'll join you afterwards. I'm not in no hurry.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see. Hello, Mrs. Lindley, how's the world treating you these days?
Oh, not bad, Ta.
You're 5 minutes late for your lunch as it is. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, well, perhaps I better go then. You told me you never even noticed what he looked like.
Oh, Elsie, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce you last night. Norman, this is a very good friend of mine, Mrs. Tanner.
Oh, Elsie, please, Florrie, if you don't mind.
Norman's buying me a new dress, so we thought we'd do best coming to you.
Quite right, love.
Elsie's got very good taste, much better than me.
Well, what sort of thing do you fancy? Do you want something dressy or something more casual?
Well, dressy, I think. I need more of that sort of thing now.
Well, what colour? What sort of thing do you like your wife to wear, Mr. Lindley?
Well, if Florrie trusts your judgment, Elsie, I'll leave it to you.
Well, let's see. We've got one here, and there's a nice one here, and that one. How about taking those and trying them on?
Well, is this one my size?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll try that because I like that shade.
Okay. Is it still raining out?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid so, yeah.
You're the revelation of the season round our way, aren't you?
Yeah, so I gathered last night.
You are real, aren't you? I mean, you're not just a figment of Florrie's imagination. Something she's conjured up to get us all guessing like mass hypnosis or something like that.
Oh, I'm real, all right. Although I haven't been around these last few years.
Well, where have you been to?
Well, all over the place. You name it, I've been there.
Yeah, it's a different world out there, isn't it?
It's another world. A lot of other worlds.
Just think of it. At this moment, there's a white-hot sun blazing down on golden sand somewhere. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
There's no place like home, though.
And where's that?
Well, home for me, now. Oh, nowhere.
And I've been in the same midding all my life.
That's the way things are.
Florrie, are you all right? Do you want any help, love?
No, nearly done, Ta.
You know, I know what you mean when you say that's the way things are. You start off and you think you're going in one direction, and you wind up somewhere entirely different. As if something took control halfway through.
Yeah. We've not got as much say as we think, have we, really?
No. I never intended to spend my whole life in Coronation Street. When I was 17 or so, I had some very big ideas, believe it or not.
Oh, I can believe that.
Oh!
Elsie, I like the one best that I picked out myself. It wants lengthened a bit.
Florrie, you should have called me. Look, I'll tell you what to do. I'll pop it up to alterations this afternoon. If it's ready, I'll bring it round to your place tonight, if that's all right.
Oh, we might be out tonight. I'll tell you what, one of us could come to you later, if you don't mind carting it home.
No, it's no trouble.
Oh, fine. I'll pop in for it while you make the tea, Florrie.
I don't know who's more scared, her or me.
Well, I'm not worried about Mrs. Carter. She's not expecting a baby in a few weeks'
When you
time.
think what could have happened? And Lem Fairclough wasn't much help.
Well, he mended it, didn't he?
Yeah, but if he'd learned to get on with the job and stop making so many clever cracks, there'd be a lot more use.
I'm told you want me. In my professional capacity.
Oh, you've seen Len. I forgot to tell you, he suggested I should check on my insurance to see how I stand with liability for that sort of thing, if it ever happens again, heaven forbid.
Well, that makes sense. I thought you said he wasn't very helpful.
Oh, I suppose he is, really. But he always takes the guilt off the gingerbread by being so... Oh, well, you know what he's like.
Yeah, forthright.
Outspoken.
So it's not a new policy you need, it's just advice you're after.
Well, I suppose that depends on how I stand. Would you like to have a look at them?
House contents. Oh, with us, good. Ken's live. Oh, what's this? All of this is paid up.
Oh, yes, I got that when I was 21.
Hello, I didn't know I married an heiress. Where is it?
Hang on a minute. What's this one here? Yeah. Well, it's against my interest to say this, but this is all right. You're well covered.
Oh, good.
Yes, so you can carry on doing in your customers or turning them bald or out.
That's a relief.
I see. Who's next for the hot seat, then?
Oh, you idiot, you know what I mean. Well, thanks, Charlie. I'm sorry I won't be needing anything.
Oh.
Hey, why don't you get in touch with Miss Nugent? I bet she'd be a customer for you.
Miss Nugent? Why?
Yeah, she's got a car.
I know.
Never. She can't drive.
Well, she's looking for someone to give her driving lessons.
I know that, too.
Hey, don't tell me you've been selected to volunteer.
I'm not kidding. It was easier to talk my way out of the army. But I did it. You know, when your back's up against the wall, you suddenly find an inner strength.
I'll bet so did Len Fairclough.
And Stan Ogden.
Oh, you tried you all, then?
Not quite all. Hey, you watch out. I'd hate for our company to pay out on your life insurance so soon after I'd joined them.
Oh, she'd never ask me. Would she?
So go on, powder over the dirt and come on out.
Oh, sir, I'm not in the mood. I'm just simply going to sit down, have a tomato roti in front of the fire. It'll do me all the good in the world instead of all that fattening rice and stuff.
Oh, you're awful, and I've been fancying something Chinesey all day.
Oh, get your old man to take you out for a change. You won't do it any harm just to take you out once in a blue moon.
What a meat Chinese. There's only 3 things he'll eat, and 2 of them's chips.
Oh, somebody left the door on.
Oh, it's born in a barn here. They have no doors in their house.
It's Florrie's dress.
I'm terribly sorry, but they've let me down again.
First thing this morning, Mrs. Asquith said faithful.
Yes, we know. Look, will you tell Florrie I'm terribly sorry because I did promise.
Well, not to worry. It's not your fault.
They're very unreliable upstairs, you know.
Well, I'll see you again later.
Hey, I bet you like foreign food, don't you? All that travelling you've done.
Oh, no, not really. Give me roast beef of old England any time.
Come on, then. Get ready and cook.
Oh,
Are you
look,
coming?
no, I'm not just being obstinate, Dot. I don't want to go. Look, some other time, perhaps. I'm just not in the mood. I'm dog-tired.
All right, then. I'll see you in the morning, eh?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, hello. You two going out again for a change?
No, we're not going out. But if we was, it's got nothing to do with you. Your mother's entitled to a bit of pleasure in this life. Doesn't get much at home.
She don't got much at work, neither.
You shouldn't talk to her like
She
that.
gets on my...
Oh, why fiddle with that the minute you come in? Why don't you put the kettle on for a change?
I think that's gone. Hey, I might be getting lifts soon, regular.
Oh, I found a girlfriend with a car, have you?
Yeah, well, not exactly. Miss Nugent. Straight up. She's bought herself a car. I met her in the street. Jammy beggar.
Well, she deserves it. She works hard enough. Lives from and where to, did she say?
Wherever I happen to be going.
Oh, sort of private taxi, eh? When, did she say?
Well, she didn't exactly say so, but you know what a good-hearted soul she is.
Yeah, and I know what a liberty-taking lump you are. It's conked.
Oh, it's not just ready yet, love. I'll not be 5 minutes.
Oh, no panic. I'm not starving.
It would have been on the table, but Mrs. Hopper come in at 5 to 6 with a shipping order. Mind you, she's got 8 kids to cater for.
Well, it's wet outside.
Would you like 2 eggs? We're having a mixed grill, you know, a bit of everything.
No, thanks. One will be fine, love.
Well, I don't expect you get much breakfast in them hotels, you don't. Are you sure?
Florrie, I'm sure.
It's just as easy to keep care to cook, too.
Now, don't fuss, Florrie, for goodness sake. I went round for your dress, and it won't be ready till tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's all right.
Do you need any help?
Oh, no, thanks. Stay where you are. Do you know, Elsie Tanner, you wouldn't think so to look at her, but she's had a very hard life. Left like that on her own. Well, she'd got 2 kids to look after, and he was a rotter when he was with her, by all accounts. There we are. It's finished now. You can come and sit to the table.
Well, she seems a cheerful sort.
Oh, she is. That's what I like about Elsie. She's always ready with a laugh and a joke. She seems to have the knack of not letting things bother her. Not like me.
Well, perhaps she hides it better than you.
Maybe. Mind you, I'm very fond of Elsie. She's been a very good friend to me.
Well, you've needed your friends more than most, haven't you, Florrie?
I've managed. I was thinking that perhaps when we've had our meal, we could go to the Rovers for half an hour.
Oh, fine, fine. You know, I'll say this for you, Florrie. You haven't forgotten how to feed a fella.
So this fella goes in through the green door, you see, and this belting blonde opens it. And she says, come in for a bit, you know. And so we went...
wasn't there no queue?
You what?
All them blokes what was waiting outside.
That was for the ugly one.
Hey, never mind the dirty stories.
the
Come on,
marvellous
give us
story,
that hand.
eh?
Never mind about that. Who's going to answer my
It
SOS?
depends on what you want saving, darling. Is it your soul?
No, it's my sanity. If our Dennis doesn't watch that witch on a Monday night on telly, he goes balmy.
Till he's up the creek, then, is it? Oh, well, don't ask me. Get the fella in. That's your best bet.
Yeah, well, I was going to get an engineering, but I thought I'd save myself some cash. But no.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, you met Norman last night, didn't you? I'm sorry we couldn't stay so long, but we've got a lot to talk
It's
about.
all right, darling. Don't apologise. I suppose we'll have a bit of time to get to know you now, eh?
Yeah, well, I hope so, yes.
You know, I do think it's absolutely thrilling, you coming like this, right out of the blue. It's like a novel I read once. There was this woman and
Any
her
love, I
husband...
think the customers want serving with drinks, not a book at bedtime.
Hey, I bet you've seen a bit of the world, haven't you?
Oh, he has.
Well, why don't you all have a drink on me to celebrate my homecoming?
What is it, usual?
What exactly is your line then, Mr. Lindley?
Why, are you threatening to be a happy wanderer as well?
Ah, once I got shot down.
What, in a plane?
No, in the registry office.
Actually, Norman's an electrical engineer. It's very highly specialised.
Very highly paid, and all them X's, all them perks.
You'll get used to us round here. It isn't that we're curious, it's just that we're dead nosy.
Oh, it's okay. It's understandable. Well, it's not so much that we're on a hefty screw, you know. You don't seem to get the opportunity to spend it somehow, you know.
No, if you had a wife around, you'd soon see where it goes.
You don't know anything about fixing wonky television sets by any chance, do you?
Oh, Norman's very good at that sort of thing. He's got that sort of mind. Why, is there something the matter with yours, Elsie?
Well, I was going to get a fella in to do it, but...
Oh, well, Norman will see to it, won't you, love?
Well, sure, I can have a go, but I can't sort of promise anything.
Well, why don't you go and look at it now? It might only take you 5 minutes.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... I was only joking.
Well, it's all right. I don't
Go
mind.
on, but...
Go on.
Right.
You'll be able to manage it. Norman's very capable.
You know, Florrie, I think you were very, very naughty keeping that little secret all to yourself. I mean, after all, we are your friends.
I didn't want to burden anybody with my troubles.
No, but that's what friends are for. And you know, I do think he's really very charming.
Do you really, Mrs. Walker? Yeah, I suppose he is.
Now then.
Very nice of you.
Well, don't thank me. I haven't done it yet.
Don't tell me you've found it already.
Well, flattered as I am by yours and Florrie's touching faith in my ability, I don't think that this requires any special sort of genius to work it out. Right, now switch on.
There. Well, I was going to get an engineer and you've saved me some cash. Thanks very much.
That's all right. Anyone could have done it. Oh, there we are. Shall we leave it on?
No, switch it off. Would you like a cup of tea while you're here? Or perhaps you'd like some beer? I've got some beer outside.
Oh, beer would be fine. Thanks very much.
Oh, it's like a fridge out there. Oh, glasses. There we are.
This your daughter?
Yeah, Linda, she's in Canada.
Oh, I know. Oh, Florrie told me. I was telling her I'd be going there next time. And she told me you got a daughter who emigrated there.
Yeah, she's out there with Ivan. That's her husband and little Paul. Oh, don't ask daft questions, will you?
What, do you miss him? Well, I wasn't going to.
Well, people ask the same daft question over again.
Well, I suppose I look at things differently than most people. Well, it's not that I'm any better or more, well, you know. It's just that living on your own, you forget somehow that people live in families, share their lives, you know what I mean?
I shouldn't have thought a fella like you know, somebody who travels about. I wouldn't have thought that you'd be, well, lonely.
No, I didn't say I was. Not lonely, just alone, you know. You've only got yourself to worry about, to think about. I suppose it's a selfish kind of life, really.
So what? You chose it, you must like it.
No, I do. But that's not the point, is it?
I don't see why not. It's a short life. So easy to make a muck of it as it is.
Yeah, but there's such a thing as responsibility.
Most fellows don't bother about details like that. At least the ones I've known haven't, most of them.
Yeah, I suppose we are a selfish lot on the whole. But you can't go on dodging it forever.
Responsibility. Some of them have a flaming good try.
Well, if you've got any conscience at all.
Florrie?
6 years. It's a hell of a long time to feel guilty.
It was as much her fault. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah, but it's harder for a woman. If she didn't want to come, I shouldn't have left her. That's all there is to it.
She must have been mad.
That's not the point.
I can't understand that attitude at all. I can't.
Well, what she didn't know frightened her, that's all. It's as simple as that. I shouldn't have gone.
But you came back.
What else could I do?
Just because of your conscience.
Mainly.
Now it's my turn not to ask daft questions.
Also, and although this isn't the important thing, I hope I'm not such a swine as all that, but my company do prefer their employees to be married. You know what I mean? With their wives.
Well, that's reasonable enough. More beer?
Oh, no thanks.
But that wasn't the daft question I wasn't going to ask.
I know.
Well, do you?
As I said before, 6 years is a long time to feel guilty. It is. It's also a long time for two people to be apart. Maybe too long.